Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Your boy is churning through the content right now, and it is the full power or super full power SSJ4 Goku's turn in the GT Goku event. We have him on turn 1, we have him here turn 1. That is excellent, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. I want him on full rotation with the full power, not full power, with the year 7 LRs. We're gonna have to wait for that, that's fine. Don't forget as well, drop a like, subscribe if you are new. All the support is very much appreciated. But as I said, I am flying through the content right now. We are taking him into the GT Goku event now after trying him in the ESPR, which he done well in. He done really well in, even defensively. So I definitely don't doubt that he's going to do really well here as well. I kind of wish there was a new event, not Red Zone, because of course that's like, you know, that was for the Annie. Once you've done it, you've done it. You know, it's not going to get updated stages or anything like that. But I kind of wish there was a new, or hope potentially there will be soon. I mean, there is going to be that that event that comes out for that brief movie collaboration before Worldwide. So maybe that's going to be something that ends up sticking around, or maybe not. We'll have to see. But I kind of want a new event where that's a bit more difficult than Goku and Vegeta event. It's like a longer event, basically an updated version of that. So can we get like a Freezer event soon or something like that, or like a GT Vegeta event, just something, just basically an updated version of like a newer, longer event, just to make it a little bit more difficult. Because now of how good some of these new Dokkan Fests are and these EZAs are, I'm not gonna lie, taking them into like a longer event, unless they're terrible for longer events, which not a lot are, you know, even if they are more suited to short events like Super Battle Road, we kind of just sweep through. Like it's not really much of a problem. And this is probably going to be the same with full power SSJ4 Goku. I mean, offensively he's very good as long as we have more HP remaining, and we even saw that in ESPR. Even if we do lose a bit of that, because of the team we're going to be running him on, which is usually SSJ4 units, we're constantly going to be surrounded by superclass enemies, so we're always getting the key +3 in attack and defense +59%. So even if we do lose some HP and we don't have the full 100% attack and defense, even if we lose a bit of that, even if we only have 80%, 50%, hell, even 20% of that, Goku's offensive numbers are still incredibly impressive. You're talking about like very high 5 mil, but a lot of the time just over 6 mil attack stats, which is very good. You know, especially if we hit a crit, he's doing a lot of damage, but in general, he's putting out some very good offensive numbers. Defensively, once he supers, you're talking 400k, maybe a little bit less again if we lose a little bit of health. But even so, 400k defense is still very good for a Goku and Vegeta event to be tanking really well. If he hits an additional, defensively he's untouchable for the turn. If we have an item even after one super attack, again he's untouchable. And if we super twice and we use an item, yeah, you might as well just not super attack him at all. You're kind of just wasting your time. So, you know, can we get like an updated longer event at some point? As I said, like a GT Vegeta event or like a Freezer event. Like, it's for years, I generally think we could get a Freezer event. It makes sense, it works. Like, one of the most iconic villains, like an actual villain version of the longer event. Also, he would go through first form, second, third, final, full power. You can even add Golden in there if you want to now, which means there's what, 5-6 phases, which is long enough. Maybe just make him slightly difficult so it's updated. Now we have the rotation we're looking for. We have just over half our HP and he still has a 550k attack stat and just over 200k defense. This is what I mean. Goku's still, even when we lose health, Goku is still going to be putting out good numbers, and defensively he's still in a very good spot. I mean, here, obviously because he has type advantage, but more importantly, defensively, he's still in a very good spot, even if you lose a little bit of HP. But yeah, can we get an updated one? As a GT Vegeta event, which, I mean, Dokkan can literally do whatever they want. Like, you could literally do, even though some of these aren't canon, base SSJ, SSJ2, SSJ3, SSJ4. And then while that's shorter than GT Goku event, just make it a bit more difficult. Just make it more difficult because there's less phases. Like, I don't think anyone would really mind that, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, I'm kind of speaking for myself, but, you know, let me know. Let me know. Now that I've brought it up, let me know, would you want to see an updated longer event in the game like Goku and Vegeta event? Would you want to see like a GT Vegeta event? Yes, it wouldn't have that many phases, as we actually took we are taking damage right now. You want to calm down? I mean, he's supered now, but calm down. But yeah, even though it would even though it would have less phases, I said you can just make the event more difficult because there's less phases. I mean, naturally it'll be more difficult anyway, but just make it a little bit extra difficult, like a touch extra difficulty. Would you want a GT Vegeta event? Would you want a Frieza event? That would be realistic. As I said, go through all those forms. You can even add Golden. You know, would you want to see a new updated longer event? I do. I really would. And to be fair, I've wanted to see a Frieza event in the game for years anyway, so I would really want that to happen. Okay, we have an ATA active, but we do have next to no health, but we have almost 300k defense. Again, an ATA is active, so we do have, of course, a bit of a pick-me-up in terms of our defense right now. I think as long as we don't get a super attack, we're fine. I mean, even with the ATA active, we're still taking double digits, even though we have next to no health. So we're not getting that full 100% boost. But so far, Goku's been tanking double digits anyway, and once he super attacks, as I said, he has about 400k defense, so after he supers, even in latter phases, he's probably going to be tanking for double digits. The real test actually is when he has type disadvantage against the penultimate phase against SSJ4 GOKU. But even then, I think once he supers on basics, he'll still be fine. It's just the supers we're going to have to watch out for. Which, once he supers, he probably isn't going to die, which is the important part. He would probably take a chunk of damage, like 200k roundabouts. But importantly, he wouldn't get us killed. At least that's my thought process. I'm actually gonna have to use another ATA just because we've actually taken quite a bit of damage. And we're actually gonna do this just because it kind of makes sense. We'll give you all of these. Can I actually super with you? Okay, no, I was gonna say, have I messed up the rotation and can I not actually super with GT Super Saiyan Goku? Still taking 93k damage. Do you mind not doing that? Please, do you just kind of mind not doing that? Oh damn! How much is this gonna do? Oh yeah, 58k because he supered. Yeah, we're cool. Yeah, okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. At least he didn't super one of the GT Super Saiyan Gokus. But right now, we're kind of just flying. We are kind of just flying through. Again, this is kind of why I want an updated, slightly more difficult, newer, longer event. So I said, Frieza event, give me it. Give me it. Bring it. I mean, it won't, but bring it in during Worldwide. I mean, technically it's cooler, but still, Frieza's cool as brother. Bring it in. Give me it. I want it. Okay, so with the ATA active and with a lot more HP, we're on over 324k defense. So once Goku supers, you're talking about 600k defense. Which even with like one of the hardest hitting phases in this whole event. Yeah, double digits once he supers. Even if Goku gets supered now, it's literally not going to do that much. Because he's going to have around about like 600k defense after supering. Can you imagine if, again, I really wish I never went full crit, but I rainbowed this guy years ago, so I never would have known. But if he can get an additional, can you imagine if he raises attack and defense twice on super in one turn? Damn. Damn, his defense would be in a pretty insane spot. Big crit from SSJ4 GOKU. And he's hit an additional, he's great to raise attack and defense twice. But yeah, considering how well this full power SSJ4 GOKU did in ESBR, I knew for a full fact again just because of how Goku and Vegeta event is nowadays, where it's not that difficult when you're doing showcases. As I said, you do have an extra layer of difficulty added for category missions, again depending on what units they are, how suited they are to longer events. You know, if you're missing some of the better units to actually beat a mission, you know, I'm talking like Corroded Body and Mind, those type of missions, they're actually a struggle. You know, again, depending on how your individual boxes are looking as well. You know, that's kind of an extra layer of difficulty, but naturally when you're kind of showcasing a unit in SBR for like, or ESBR for a shorter event, you know, Goku and Vegeta event for longer events, you know, naturally to really show off a unit and see how they do in now Red Zone. With no item active, we're still taking double digits. How much are we taking with no super? Okay, we took a lot of damage. We took a lot of damage. Again, granted, we didn't have an item active. We hadn't supered. But that was way more than I thought he was going to take, considering we have just over 200k defense to start of turn. But again, more importantly, while it was a lot of damage to take, we are not going to die. He cannot be one-shotted probably by his worst possible phase. And on basics, he's taking double digits with that 200k defense at the start of turn. So if we supered, we're probably talking like 200k, which is obviously way more reasonable. But that was a hell of a lot of damage to take. Way more than I actually anticipated. We didn't die and he didn't get us killed, which is the important part. That was still a hell of a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Excuse me. But yeah. So we've already seen how well he done in ESBR. And, you know. So I kind of knew he was going to be good here. And at least not have any problems. I mean, that could have been a problem if I didn't actually have all my health. But, you know. We're smart. We're smart. We know when to use items. We're smart. We're smart. That's really why I kind of want an updated event. A new updated longer event. Give me, as I said, just give me Fighting Legend Frieza event. Give me that. Give me Fighting Legend Frieza event. Literally like the most iconic villain probably in Dragon Ball history. Has pretty much the right number of transformations needed to have a longer event in the game. Updated version of a longer event that's more difficult. I'm here for it. Give me it. I want it. I want it. So I was saying, the category missions are kind of what really create difficulty or add a layer of difficulty in these events now. As I said, and also depending on how your teams are looking and what units you have and don't have. When it comes to just kind of bog standard showcasing a unit, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really. I mean, unless a unit is terrible in a longer event, which hardly any has been in like probably a year to 2 years. 215k defense. With a Whis active, yeah, full power SSJ4 Goku's fine, even with those 2 attacks before he's actually supered. But yeah, like, with the newer units, the newer EZAs, because I don't know how good they are. Of course, they have to be because of the power curve of the game. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that was a lot less damage. Okay. And we're getting supered as well. I mean, again, this probably won't do much because he's actually supered, so he's raised attack and defense. And a Whis is active. 100k. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That is fine. I mean, the damage is definitely a lot less, which kind of slows him down a bit. I mean, everyone else is still going to be doing ridiculous damage, but yeah. No, the damage drop-off is quite apparent. But I mean, if he hits a crit, he's still going to be doing some pretty ridiculous numbers. But no, the damage drop-off a little bit there was apparent, which, as I said, is going to slow him down. But yeah, when it comes to showcasing units, because you know how good they all are nowadays, like the standard just being where it is. Showcasing a unit like this, who naturally goes on quite a lot of good teams, is a very good EZA. You don't really have you don't have any problems when it comes to doing these showcases, doing these videos. Just because, of course, Goku and Vegeta event's difficulty, as I've mentioned before in a previous video, not sure which one, it isn't upscaled like SBR and ESBR are with new stages. Difficulty remains the same, and the only new difficulty, or the only times it can be harder at some points, is with the category missions. And again, depending on units you have or don't have, what category it is, and naturally how good they are and how good they are in longer events. That's only mainly where the difficulty comes from nowadays. But just standard showcases in a longer event like this, yeah, no, you don't really struggle too much. I mean, unless you're not paying attention and you have low health and you've just kind of just been running through and you get supered at the wrong point, yeah, but that's not really adding difficulty. But yeah, I feel like we need a new longer event that adds a bit of challenge. Are we gonna die here? I can't remember where our HP's at. Am I about to eat all of those words? We're about to die here. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. See? We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. And this is still on a 170 lead. But Goku is doing really well. We'll pop this just because we can. He won't be dead though. Almost. Almost. I will pop another Whis. I will leave him in slot 1, which is not ideal for him, considering there's quite a few attacks he's going to be taking before he even supers. But he's still done okay there. With the Whis active, he was still fine in slot 1. Yeah, double digits on basics. On super attack, he took like 100k. After he supers, he's still taking double digits on basics. He'll probably even do the same without an item. His defense again's at like 400k. After he supers, got an additional, no additional super though, no additional super. But yeah, he's done really well in this event. There was that one hiccup, but we did have type disadvantage, and we didn't even super, so 300k on a super, in the grand scheme of things, isn't too bad, but it was still a chunk to take. Other than that, another unit that is more than capable in a longer event like this. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll see you next video, guys, and push.